The Tale of Genji. Eupatorium Fortunae. Murasaki Shikibu. Toyusi if the Fuji become a purple. I remember two people crying Taki feels comfortable, Akiko. And so that you serve to the imperial palace become shoji. Genji Tamakazura had the agony by coming recommendation from the well towards the Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal of the biological father. Well, the thing it is good. Since it is the face to your innes Genji even absolute trust show ya yamoshiri but a lustful habit of men. Not be supposed to be the adoptive father. In between with you to serve you. Here is passive when you also case could lover relation to. Nakamai also Nyogo also must seem uncomfortable. And his is a daughter there is only a flimsy basis in either of the two families. On sponsorship in Nakamaya and Iogo is not the one obtained in sync. It is of a lot of people who have heard on whether there is a chance to do something bad things. About the suffering of that time imagined envy his good luck up appearance that if at the suffering expect Tamakazura no longer a girl to say that young. It is not that unpleasant that you are without changing the circumstances remains now to say or so. The way from the love of Genji. No, that was speculation of the public cannot be obtained of what that opportunity to inform the people and was not truth painful. Father even Hibaka, the feelings of Genji. We must see that there is no such thing as us to take care embarked as a parent. Itself a hard time or in an ambiguous position. Is Tamakazura as likely to be their own that must be the jealousy from the people was to Witherton. As is from brought together the father was released from that which is not must be another Genji. Hesitation in moral. It has become many things the Kakarua play was also the Tamakazura de melancholy. The ones that mother that can tell just by Niawashi his mood Tamakazura did not have. Whether east of Mrs. Whether in the south of the wife. Rishiku daughter. Also is us intersect maternally as to why think about to be approached in confidential consultation to such a lady. Whose pathetic than is his own personal history and it feel like to. The color the Shinta only the evening sky. But where are you pensive looking at from the parlor close to the edge? The situation was very beautiful. The morning of pale dark gray Tamakazura wore for her grandmother's house. That the face in order that appears to looking better even more gorgeous. To the place you are looking at enjoying the wives. Source Chancellor of Lieutenant General. Which also is now wearing a little dark eyes that fix of dark gray. And the crown to Makia in what came to visit in the appearance that seems to gloss the hero. Because I was a person who represents a favor from the beginning of time. I think from the habit of dealing intimately also more of Tamakazura. And it is not regards to take the attitude that it is not a brother even in the now. The Kicho miss and separated only accompanied the story was no agency. Today it came in the use of Genji. The Lord said that there was from the court Genji as was allowed to tell by his son. There is a Daisama but the manner in which the Stonehenge. Which was to the point. Lieutenant General was remembered pleasure to talk with the lady. To not be forgotten in the morning except the face of the beauty of no wake. But that person was a Lieutenant General. Which has been blamed misbecomes mine that it is the sister. This is now that has been removed of these tidbits as lover the people Lieutenant General was thinking. Only in the Emperor become to you served as the office of Shoji as my sports your satisfaction. And I think that would be romantic relationship comes be sure to between the Emperor to become a have a first of beauty in the world. Lieutenant General but it was to be willing to be pressed down by something the chest was. Self-control. I will moshi agio that the father has been said by me and so as not to let the people. But do you want? I heard that the meaning is hairy to say. Wives are looking for a little way. Was gone everyone to like more of the behind of Kicho. Lieutenant General words nor is said of Genji. Rishiku had told the truth in various ways. Because apparently is your real intention of Emperor is calling you to Shoji there separately. Is a story such as that should not clean it is not all the time that knowledge if you protect the body, without also be capable of Stonehenge. When the Tomakazura was Ken's beautifuler with the only sigh, the heart of Lieutenant General who came up springing things that cannot be suppressed. Our mourning is you should take off in this month. It will be extended because not a good day is when the end of the month examined in the calendar. To Oharai of removing clothes to the dry river bed of the Kamo in the 13th to you come so as to seem father is not decided. I am also thinking of Milo with us. Quote, I will want to stand out in the Goa show. Anyone I think I better go to so that it is not very well known. And Tomakazura was saying, as a result of subject is the daughter of Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal to the mourning of Omiya. Has compassion for sagacity and Genji of this person in the place I thought of as a brand Senabanara. So is not made known to the world had appeared. To become a thought you want to hide Isil I also feel reproachful to me. Because it is mourning, such as the shoulders of the sad grandmother. I am seems regrettable also the will take off. Again and you also have to it I will feel strange because I have to grandmother towards the one person with me. If you did not have to become your dressed in mourning. It may be that I was not flip I know the truth. I do not understand much less to like me. I feel is what the shim to learn that we have anyway dressed in mourning. Sad in the tone than hero if this say Tomakazura was glad to Lieutenant General. What I thought at this time. Put the orchid beautiful flowers had to hand to the middle from the bottom of bamboo blind. Because it is this flower is also worthy of our now Hannah. To say, because had not released until it receives his Tomakazura. Lieutenant General the sleeve to be to take out a hand force true. And just be the guy Ruru Ubitorium fortune pathetic as bet basket in Russia of the same field. Become the ends of the road. Just the car of Hitenaru Hitachi band of East Road. The road also reach and brief solder. Quote, was of such a thing has been applied to say. Also feeling the embarrassment in that which is not stunning for the Tomakazura. And the fu not notice. Was carried out by pulling back only little by little. I become a pale purpler basket if due of Harukake outfield side to Tajiru paint. That the cousin would be good because it is fact. Nothing is the other thing. And say, Lieutenant General is a little laugh. You should, but I will tell you also that you must Kudasara to think other of the facts. How can that I think it a waste in the common sense? Please you might guess from this emotion is not intended to be suppressed. Like this that we are to confess think that would be rather subject to hate you was silent until now. However, I have also become a mind to be satisfied with just that of only am I pathetic. Head do you know the state of these days of Lieutenant General? Me in those days was clearly think a third party is the reward of the time. It callous that such so taste the suffering of so love. Now because of you that people are satisfied with that there is a edge that leads yet become calm. It will be envious. Please keep in me your heart. Even pity only. Quote, although it was said still many. It keeps refrain for Lieutenant General. You know the look of fu think Himiwaru Kudu Tomakazura. So you do not Kudasara believe me. It is not the man to make such stupid imitation should now look you can see it. This Lieutenant General said, but was also there's a little more telling what emotion to this opportunity. Because we have become poor little mood. To say, look at the Tomakazura is eventer to the other side. Deeply Lieutenant General was left with Tansoku. Lieutenant General and was the extra confession but was the regret. And the Queen of Mist think the purple and died in himself to this person or more. At least this much opportunity to contact can be heard even aloud the faint voice of an it will be able to capture in time what Lieutenant General came to the south of town while tormented mind thought the difficulty. Since Genji came out immediately, Lieutenant General was the answer that came to hear. The go up to the Imperial Palace. In trouble because barely what reluctantly consent form. In Hyobu Lord of the House. Such as a suitor. I've been sent your letter. Which was piled with serious passion. In the mind to the better is attracted as when I think or not also to feel pitiful. But I see your top at the time of the Miyuki of Ohirano. Because it was a situation where I thought you beautiful. Young woman is capable of Miyazaki if I see your face. Even a glance who it is thought that Maya's had not out everyone. But he first thing that I was Hakara. Such as the Genji says. It'll be that even that person to have with it is not in what way was suitable for most. It is the Imperial Palace. Nakamayo will come and do a respected noble special presence. Also of Hiroshi Wada and become some Hachoki that Nyogo so. Even if our room you no matter how you will not get used to that you're two-way comparable. Since Hyobu lord of the house is the so come hoping fervently your marriage. The surface is even not a person of concubines. Served like shoji by becoming. And or not it is impaired intimate your intimacy to this. But I think, Lieutenant General opined in a rose-eye tone. It looks that the difficult. I only will if not that of people who do not can also be determined by the such as the right general to it also a so or my target of resentment given in sympathy to one of the suitors because of other people will be all broken heart once you Yukado marriage cannot be determined. Because mothers gave birth to that person had been a pathetic testament. Is that people in the suburbs Koko Robosoku finally listening to the fact that live because the Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal to admit a child also seemed to be pessimistic and not see. First I'm decided to pick up as a child. Because I cherish what minister we have recognized the value. Genji was saying ish truth. I think that the most suitable to be person is the wife of the house. Modern, have a gloss of appearance. Yet a bright, because she was a woman not likely to such as negligence. I think Mrs. Good Temple and theme is also a qualified person of shoji. In good looks, I think in the lady seems lady. Responsibilities of also of your chuman as per above us that a person such as may well play is that. It is that person. Quote, both said. Lieutenant General became one to explore also the elbow of his breast of Genji own. By now every year hidden zip to your hand until today. We have a variety of conjecture world is Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal also that it contains such a meaning. Answered the application from the right general to there it was yes. Quote, when the Lieutenant General says with a laugh is Genji. It essay there to annoying story of compassion. Miyazaki dat to respect what dat the will of the Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal. I guess. But I feel that the only care that you can. The woman of the three follow the road follows the parent is first and foremost because such of it. Things like break the fine custom thing is ridiculous. Quote, and he said, but come here in the fine Mrs. Backlash from previously come. Because you cannot become but you're new to that number. And to be in you're attached to only to the appointment respectability. Will put you again forever mistress the good offices. Such as can be. To say that it is a sensible treatment. The fact that the minister has been pleased. I heard from a certain person. Quote, Lieutenant General is heard saying from directly in front. Genji is also thought sorry that it would imagine so. As Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal. It's those that are curved interpretation. It might be something that the wise man of observation. Facts soon will probably reveal everything. However, it is too bad imagination be in what happens. And Genji was laughing. I would expect you have a brilliant excuse. But I thought still Lieutenant General and the suspicion is that it may be enough to leave. Genji also in my mind. Was Mashime himself and Maya's step on the road to the wrong of the scenario as expected to rumors of people this way. Although this beautiful feeling I thought the Genji want to thoroughly inform also the minister. And be at Milu's keep and attached to government positions the Tamakazura the lover relationship. Forever. Even Asukimi Waruku that it would why was observed to minister became. Tamakazura is obtained by dividing clothes. Since the month of September was also the month I am to enter the woman of the court. That the Genji to be attendance from becoming in October decided. Emperor made to listen to your impatient was Oboshi Meshi. Suitor was disappointed to hear that you have decided to everyone shoji. Decide adoption so far. and would like everyone rushed to prevent the entry into the imperial palace. But it is to blame the wife who has become the intermediary. Such things as to prevent the attendance of shoji is a waterfall of Yoshino their women to be the thing still impossible then stop blocking was saying. Source: Lieutenant General anxiety in either did not harm the feelings that you have a good confession not had worked to show a favor by efforts such as the use of the attendance of shoji to very hard in order to conceal this suffering. I so refrain without it or tell the thoughtless emotional since there anymore. Son, our brother, Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal is not take a still out in many refrain. And even though there is bad convenient not keep become more intimate in order to sponsorship of shoji at the imperial palace. The people I thought anxiety. Although the head of lieutenant general is of wives say that it is honest become a fellow of the love of also no longer be such as we have sent a letter without having several copies is wanted. Candy, father of the minister to use the it is to came to visit. And Hibaka, the traffic that it is still is apparent openly daughter. Gently send a letter, because was not only gently reply enough to put out the Tamakazura. Also head of lieutenant general hiding in the evening of these moonlight then we came to visit. Previously lieutenant general that have not been trying to Toriatsuka was visitors from the who. Tonight was shows provided with a seat on the veranda of the south. Tamakazura is unable to be still embarrassed to speak out on its own. Stonehenge only was in the U of the Prime Minister in intercession. I came chosen to use as I feel, but I think it was the idea of the father called Tomosu talk without your agency. Not in such a such farshier treatment. Is I would like it I will have. I have as unexpected person boring. I am with you there a veg that led without trying away. We can be similar to the self-confidence. Quote, to say, Lieutenant General showed how you want to another stage intimate. There are your most better than I would like for a long time had been rude apologize also direct. And thank Waru without body is that what? It's also because the thing that cannot be a taigi got up. It is allowed to this to you than there are. But the available upon your resentment. Such as now. We would rather the thing seems to others. Quote, a serious greeting Tamakazura was in. Can you through to the front of the kicho of where your mood is I rash aru become worse your nemi. However, thank Yoroshu, because it is by force even rude to a lot of hope. To say the head of Lieutenant General were to quietly convey the words of the minister. Intercession of the body and how even comparable to the source Lieutenant General is a good person of feeling. Is that so come to the imperial palace? It does not even yet gotten detailed your harass. I want you to do this at that time from you. If what is grinded's going to say that or something is forgo. You want to the following and I think cannot even be able to stand in the public eye go visit or not allowed. I think regret cannot talk directly that I think. Because it was a word that gave transmitted from the father of the minister to Tamakazura. About what I would like in the past. I think I also not so correct. Which to you good if away love case also. Will also be the feel so I think you and also reproachful. From such as tonight of your treatment I think so. Made to put us to the north side of the room. But will be I think your good wife you that it is rude. I want to be like going to talk even with people of Shimizuke class. Something like this brother things like become your treatment. This must also be said to be strange. Quote, and the even funny to say to Fu to blame, were you to Tamakazura is to say of the Prime Minister. And now Atasa refrain is respectability. Because the thing that I think that not show too young. Such changes the way. Also the years that I would like talk. Heard that does not offer. I am also sorry as your words become not of the there you. And is a no-nonsense greeting. Head of Lieutenant General to determine the worse. Decided to not say that on this. The bridge of Zudiati asked if the Shihayama Deep Road Fumi window given. It was true. Quote, a Lieutenant General in Fu feels from Shinsoko said. Each to Dododo Shikushi Hayama not know if the Mata Hikaru road nobody she seen Fumi. And it will be said by me, or Prime Minister says from convey the song of the hostess in. At that time or that you will say you, what it is there seems to have not become you can see. Just because is what sports only withhold too much your quiet, never to be put out for your reply also to like anyone there is was. Will not there is also the case in any way from now on. Quote, because there was also that most. I decided to take the well shore. You do not. That even if we were long. Let's fold the bone to be asked to recognize the sincerity. From now on into attendance every day. Lieutenant General were to go back to say that. The moon is not up to the bright Zhongtian. Within walking distance of the young courtier of elegant in their appearance to shine a late night. Was a gorgeous sight to see. Source but is unattractive to Lieutenant General. This now also often seems of which are, and will why everyone a good person complete set up this way. Young wife who is as in the example, was praised in a more exaggerated words I had to Jen, because there was a secretary of more of the right guards who are of this Lieutenant General. It was Jukuden for the adoption of the start and end to Makazura call this person. Also to the Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal I am had been asked by Toratsui Hope. It person was also fine, because I was a man of the matrix to be active as a future minister. To do but not a bad spouse and the minister for her daughter had been admitted. Genji attempts to do it the shoji without also taking out so the protest. Also had deep reason because I thought I would be there. To the Stonehenge to be left up all Genji to do so. The general was a brother and Nyogo is the mother queen of the crown prince. There was a large force of following the Genji and Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal. Year is a 32. Mrs. was the sister queen of the Queen of Purple. Shikibu is the eldest daughter of the Lord of the Temple. Year but not much extraordinary that the couple is that it is on the 3 or 4. Called the wife of plastic with your auntie like copper and reason. Jen. Did not love. Want somehow farewell. I was hoping want to be separate from marriage. Because of the relationship of such a wife. Genji is the marriage between the general and the Tamakazaro had not able to agree. Is that thought so also for the home of the general? It is wanted to let avoid the complicated relationship also for Tamakazara. Jen is not a lustful man, but was not going to get the Tamakazara infatuated. Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal was also obtained by far as the information that nor is that I beg to differ general. Tamakazura itself also been reported in detail from those who are in the affairs general that do not progressed Miyazaki had heard. Only the minister of the just Genji does not mean that he is not opposed to become a person of the home. Is not good if Father Nasu do it exactly you think that is good. The general had blamed the valve of the mediator of the wife. It became in September. To gloss morning first frost was white of ho the garden. Also from a letter wives has been requested from the shoho. As in the example, brought to Tamakazara of the living room while so ashamed to read on their own without the princess the wife to read opened only had heard. The right Jen. I have been agony to look at love and then to ask the people of the sky which is likely to. Apparently August. Transient each life as much as cockling in the yarn string crowdedly Nagatsuki if the number. It is a way of writing that Tamakazura know that out to the imperial palace in October. Hyobu lord of the palace. With an unfortunate fate, helpless I have afresh is not even possible to say what. Leave content of the frost of the ball saso also look at the Asahi refers light the flame roughness. Is also not was consumption. If you please have admitted my love heart, I at least want to comfort that just it. It is because, of them that had been given the letter was piled up of frost on bamboo broken under now seems reduced. Pipe. Also came to use of form was a figure worthy of this bamboo. Left Hioe governor of Shikibu lord of the temple is the younger brother of the south of the wife. Because I was the one who has all the time come to Roku join. Is well aware also of entering the court of Tamakazura. Are you a considerable agony had appeared in the meaning of a sentence. It does not in any way a sad of what even things in the cheating forget. The selected paper of color. To write so. There is a feature each also smell of incense that Takeshi was able to receive a beautiful feeling. Distinct feel. The graceful feeling from those letters. Tamakazura to say these things is no longer possible if to exit to the imperial palace. My wife we wanted with regret. The only ohenji to the temple. What had become what kind of feelings? Short there was but Tamakazura wrote. Heart mode date himself ya as the due to put fu ojaoi morning suited to cage shatsu. In this song, which was written in faint-shaped, have a look from her saying mind with compassion. There is one of the song. But the house became very pleased you think. Something like this Urameshu one letter came many still from the other. Genji and Lord Keeper of the Privy Seal that it is exemplary of the woman in the woman with a suitor to many to be the case had said the Tamakazura. Thank you for your viewing. If you like please subscribe to the channel. I am very encouraged.